Acknowledge the moment with gratitude. The early hours are sacred. They are a time of divine alignment and spiritual awakening. When you open your eyes between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., do not rush back to sleep. Pause and give thanks. Gratitude sets the tone for the unseen blessings awaiting you. Engage in silent reflection. These hours are when your mind is at its calmest and your spirit is most sensitive. Reflect on your purpose, your path, and your progress. Clarity often comes in silence, and the quiet of the dawn is a powerful space for self-examination. Speak into existence what you desire. Use this time to declare your goals, your dreams, and your intentions. Speak as though they have already happened. The universe responds to bold declarations rooted in faith, so do not whisper your desires. Proclaim them with conviction. Acknowledge the moment with gratitude. The early hours are sacred. They are a time of divine alignment and spiritual awakening. When you open your eyes between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., do not rush back to sleep. Pause and give thanks. Gratitude sets the tone for the unseen blessings awaiting you. Gratitude is not merely a polite gesture or a fleeting feeling. It is a powerful spiritual force that shapes your reality. In these quiet moments, when the world is still asleep, your heart and mind are most open to the frequencies of the divine. This is the hour when distractions are silenced and your spirit can connect deeply with the source of life. The simple act of acknowledging the gift of life, breath, and purpose realigns your soul with the abundance of the universe. Gratitude creates a shift in your consciousness, moving your focus away from what you lack and drawing your attention to what you already possess. It rewires your mind to see opportunities instead of obstacles, blessings instead of burdens. When you wake at this hour, resist the urge to grumble about interrupted sleep. Instead, recognize that you have been stirred awake for a reason, a divine reason. There is a message waiting for you, a whisper of guidance that can only be heard in the stillness of the early morning. As you lie there, speak words of gratitude softly or within your heart. Thank God for another day, for the breath in your lungs, for the strength in your body, for the clarity of your mind. Even if you are facing trials, give thanks for the lessons they bring. True gratitude does not wait for perfect conditions. It blooms even in adversity. Gratitude also opens the doors to creativity and inspiration. When you align yourself with a heart of thankfulness, ideas flow freely. Solutions to problems you've been wrestling with may suddenly become clear. The weight of anxiety lifts and a sense of peace settles over you. This is because gratitude raises your vibration, drawing you closer to the energy of abundance and possibility. Your mind, free from the chains of complaints and negativity, becomes a fertile ground for divine downloads. Those sudden insights and revelations that seem to come from nowhere, but are in truth answers from above. Gratitude also opens the doors to creativity and inspiration. When you align yourself with a heart of thankfulness, ideas flow freely. Solutions to problems you've been wrestling with may suddenly become clear. The weight of anxiety lifts, and a sense of peace settles over you. This is because gratitude raises your vibration, drawing you closer to the energy of abundance and possibility. Your mind, free from the chains of complaints and negativity, becomes a fertile ground for divine downloads. Those sudden insights and revelations that seem to come from nowhere, but are, in truth, answers from above. It is also essential to remember that gratitude is not passive, it is active. It requires intention and effort. When you wake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., deliberately search your heart for something to be thankful for. Start small if you must. The comfort of your bed, the stillness of the night, the dreams you just left behind. Let your list grow as your heart warms up. You will find that the more you give thanks, the more you will uncover to be thankful for. It is a law of the Spirit. What you focus on expands. Furthermore, gratitude strengthens your faith. When you thank God for what He has already done, you build confidence in what He will do. It is a declaration of trust, a bold statement that you believe in the goodness of His plan, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. This faith-filled gratitude propels you forward, anchoring your heart in hope and expectation. It transforms your midnight wake-ups into divine appointments, where instead of tossing and turning in frustration, you rise in reverence and anticipation. Lastly, gratitude cultivates humility. It reminds you that you are not self-sufficient, that every gift, every breath, every opportunity is a result of grace. This humility keeps you grounded, ensuring that as you grow in wisdom and success, your heart remains tender and teachable. It guards you against pride and keeps your spirit open to continuous growth and guidance. Engage in silent reflection. These hours are when your mind is at its calmest and your spirit is most sensitive. Reflect on your purpose, your path, and your progress. Clarity often comes in silence, and the quiet of the dawn is a powerful space for self-examination. Silent reflection is not merely about sitting in stillness. It is about tuning into the deeper layers of your heart and mind. The world around you is asleep. The noise of daily life has yet to begin, and this rare silence becomes a gateway to hear what your soul has been trying to tell you. It is in these quiet moments that your mind slows down, free from the chaos of routine, and allows hidden thoughts, ideas, and emotions to rise to the surface. When you wake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., resist the temptation to pick up your phone or distract yourself with meaningless tasks. Instead, embrace the silence and use it as a tool for inner discovery. Begin by asking yourself simple yet profound questions. Where am I heading? Am I walking the path that aligns with my purpose? What steps have I taken to grow, and where have I fallen short? Reflection is not about judgment, it is about awareness. Awareness opens the door to transformation, and transformation begins with honest self-examination. As you sit in the stillness, allow your mind to wander through your dreams, your goals, and your intentions. Think about the choices you've made recently and the impact they've had on your journey. Were they rooted in fear or in faith? Reflection helps you recognize patterns, the habits that push you forward and the ones that hold you back. It reveals the areas where you've grown and the spaces that still need nurturing. Without reflection, you move through life blindly, reacting instead of responding, drifting instead of directing. Silence also sharpens your intuition. In the noise of the day, your inner voice is often drowned out by external demands and distractions. But in the early hours, that voice becomes clearer. It may speak through sudden insights, lingering thoughts, or subtle nudges. Pay attention to what rises within you during these moments. These are often messages from your spirit guiding you towards alignment and purpose. Your intuition becomes a compass, pointing you in the direction you need to go, but you can only hear it when you make room for silence. Reflecting on your purpose means reconnecting with the why behind your actions. It is easy to get caught up in the busyness of life, doing things simply because they need to be done. But these quiet hours push you to pause and ask, why am I doing this? Does this align with my greater mission? Am I moving with intention, or am I simply moving? Purpose fuels passion, and passion drives persistence. Without reflection, you risk losing sight of both. Your path, too, becomes clearer in silence. Sometimes you may feel stuck, unsure of your next move, but reflection has a way of untangling confusion. It shows you how far you've come and reminds you that progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. It also highlights the areas where you need to adjust, perhaps a shift in strategy, a change in mindset, or a renewal of commitment. The path ahead may not always be straight, but reflection equips you with the wisdom to navigate its twists and turns. Finally, reflecting on your progress keeps you accountable. It pushes you to celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and to learn from your setbacks without sinking into self-pity. Progress is not always loud or visible. Sometimes it's the quiet realization that you handled a situation better than you would have a year ago. Sometimes it's simply waking up at 3 a.m. and choosing reflection over restlessness. Progress is built in these hidden moments, and silent reflection is the key that unlocks them. Speak into existence what you desire. Use this time to declare your goals, your dreams, and your intentions. Speak as though they have already happened. The universe responds to bold declarations rooted in faith, so do not whisper your desires. Proclaim them with conviction. When you wake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., your mind is in a powerful state, a space between sleep and full consciousness, where your spirit is most receptive. It is in this sacred moment that your words carry extraordinary weight. For they are not just sounds, they are seeds. Every word you speak is a seed planted into the soil of your future, waiting to bear fruit in due time. Declaring your desires is not wishful thinking, it is an act of faith. When you speak as though your goals have already been achieved, you align your mind, heart, and actions with that reality. You are not asking for permission to succeed. You are stepping into the version of yourself who has already overcome, already achieved, already risen above. Your words become a bridge between your present and your future, and with every declaration, you take a step closer to your destiny. Be specific in your declarations. Do not speak vaguely about what you want, call it by name. If you desire financial freedom, do not simply say, I want to be successful. Declare, I am financially independent. Abundance flows to me effortlessly, and I manage my wealth with wisdom. If your goal is to build a business, do not say, I hope my business grows. Say, my business is thriving, I attract the right clients, and my work creates lasting impact. The more precise your words, the sharper your focus becomes. Your mind begins to search for opportunities, and your actions follow suit. Conviction is key. You cannot mumble your desires and expect the universe to take you seriously. Your words must be charged with unwavering belief. Speak with the authority of someone who knows their destiny is already written, even if their present reality has not yet caught up. There is power in declaring, I am healthy, I am strong, I am walking in purpose, even when you feel weak. You are not lying to yourself. You are speaking life into your situation, calling forth what has yet to manifest. This practice also shifts your internal dialogue. Most people wake up and immediately think about what is wrong, the bills they need to pay, the problems they face, the fears that linger. But when you start your day by speaking life over yourself, you rewire your mind. You break the cycle of negative thinking and replace it with bold, faithful declarations. Over time, this becomes a habit, not just in the early hours, but throughout your day. Your words become a shield against doubt and a weapon against fear. It is also important to declare your intentions, not just your outcomes. Intentions are the daily choices that lead to your goals. Saying, I am disciplined, I use my time wisely, I stay focused on what matters, sets the foundation for success. It reminds you that greatness is built one small decision at a time. Your words are not magic, they are motivation. They ignite a fire within you, pushing you to take action and move boldly toward your dreams. Lastly, do not wait until you feel ready to speak with conviction. Feelings are fleeting, but faith is a choice. You may wake up at 3 a.m. feeling tired or discouraged, but your words can shift your atmosphere. Declare your future even when your present looks bleak. Speak hope even when your heart is heavy. This is the essence of faith. Calling things that are not as though they are. The more you do this, the stronger your belief becomes. Your words will no longer be empty phrases. They will be rooted in an unshakable confidence that what you speak will come to pass. Write down your thoughts, goals, and plans. There is power in putting pen to paper. It takes what is abstract in your mind and makes it concrete. Your ideas, no matter how small, gain clarity and momentum when you write them down. This practice is not about perfection. It is about capturing the raw, unfiltered thoughts that flow through your mind in the quiet hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Writing bridges the gap between intention and action. It transforms fleeting ideas into tangible goals, and those goals into actionable steps. When you wake up during these sacred hours, your mind is at its most honest. The distractions of the day have not yet clouded your thinking, and your heart speaks louder than your doubts. Take advantage of this mental clarity by writing down exactly what you want. Be specific. Do not simply write, "I want to be successful." Define what success means to you. Is it financial freedom? Is it building a business that serves others? Is it mastering a skill? The more precise your words, the more focused your mind becomes. Writing also creates accountability. A thought can vanish as quickly as it comes, but words on paper remain. They stare back at you, reminding you of the promises you have made to yourself. Each time you open your journal, you confront your own ambition. You see the goals you set yesterday, the dreams you dared to write down, and the plans you committed to. This silent accountability pushes you to move forward because the written word does not lie. It reflects your truest desires and expectations. Do not just write your goals, break them down into steps. If your dream is to start a business, list the first 3 actions you must take. If you want to develop a new habit, outline how you will integrate it into your daily routine. Writing transforms big dreams into small, manageable steps. It takes a mountain and turns it into a series of hills you can conquer one by one. The act of writing moves you from wishful thinking to intentional planning. There is also a spiritual element to writing. When you write, you align your internal world with the external. It is an act of faith, a declaration to the universe that you are serious about what you desire. It is not enough to think about your dreams. You must document them, give them form, and treat them as real even before they manifest. Your words on paper become a contract with yourself, a silent vow that you will not let your dreams wither away in the realm of imagination. Consistency is key. Make writing a daily habit, not just something you do when inspiration strikes. Wake up, grab your pen, and write, even when your mind feels empty. Some days you will pour out pages of bold ideas. Other days it may be a single sentence. Both are equally important. What matters is the discipline of showing up. Over time, this daily ritual builds momentum. Your journal becomes a map, charting your progress, recording your victories, and revealing patterns in your thoughts and behaviors. Writing also sharpens your focus. It clears mental clutter by transferring your worries, plans, and ideas onto paper. When your mind is overwhelmed, writing creates order. It helps you prioritize what matters most and discard what does not. Instead of letting your thoughts spiral, you anchor them in reality. A cluttered mind leads to indecision, but a written plan breeds clarity. Finally, revisit what you write. Do not let your words gather dust. Read your goals often. Reflect on the steps you have outlined. Adjust your plans as needed. Writing is not a one-time event. It is an evolving process. Your journal should grow with you, reflecting your progress, your setbacks, and your renewed determination. The words you write at 3 a.m. may be raw and unpolished, but they are honest. They are the seeds of your future, planted in the stillness of the night, waiting to bear fruit. Embracing stillness also deepens your self-awareness. Without external noise, you hear the voice within, the voice that knows your fears, dreams, and doubts. This is not the voice of the world telling you what you should be. It is the voice of your spirit reminding you of who you are. Listen carefully. What is your heart saying? Are you at peace with your current path? Or do you feel a pull towards something greater? This internal dialogue is where breakthroughs happen. It is where ideas are born and where purpose is reignited. Use this time to be brutally honest with yourself. Reflection is not about comfort, it is about clarity. Do not sugarcoat your reality. If you have been lazy, acknowledge it. If you have allowed fear to hold you back, confront it. Stillness gives you the space to face your truth without judgment. It is better to wrestle with these realities in the quiet of the morning than to let them blindside you later. Growth begins the moment you stop lying to yourself. Lastly, let stillness feed your soul. This is not just about analyzing goals. It is about reconnecting with your spirit. Breathe deeply. Let go of the tension you did not realize you were carrying. In the stillness, you find strength, not from the world, but from within. This strength does not shout, it whispers. It reminds you that you are capable, that you are chosen, and that you are equipped to overcome whatever lies ahead. Embrace this time as sacred. Let the stillness shape your thoughts, fuel your focus, and prepare your heart. These quiet moments between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are not empty. They are full of power. They are where battles are won long before the day begins. When the world is asleep, your spirit awakens. In this stillness, you do not lose time. You gain clarity, strength, and direction. Pray with intention and focus. When you wake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., this is not the time for casual or routine prayers. It is a moment for deep, purposeful communication with God. This is when the world is quiet and your spirit is most sensitive. Your mind is not yet cluttered with the noise of the day, making it the perfect time to connect with God on a level that transcends surface level requests. Prayer at this hour is not about empty words or rushed petitions. It is about alignment, surrender, and seeking divine wisdom. Begin by acknowledging God's presence. Do not rush into asking for things. Start by honoring who He is. Recognize His power, His grace, and His sovereignty. When you begin your prayers with reverence, you position your heart correctly. You shift from a place of demanding answers to a place of humble submission. It is in this posture of humility that you open yourself up to receive direction, strength, and peace. Pray for guidance. These quiet hours are the perfect time to seek clarity about your purpose. If you are confused about your next step, ask God for direction. Do not just ask Him to open doors, ask Him to close the wrong ones. Sometimes the greatest blessing is not in what God gives, but in what He withholds. Let your prayers reflect a trust in His plan, not just a demand for your desires. It is better to walk slowly in the right direction than to run quickly down the wrong path. Engage in listening prayer. Prayer is not a monologue, it is a dialogue. After pouring out your heart, sit in silence and allow God to speak. His voice is often a whisper, a gentle nudge, or a sudden clarity of thought. Many miss God's direction because they never pause long enough to listen. These early hours provide the stillness you need to hear what He is saying. Be patient. Sometimes the answer will not come immediately, but the peace of His presence will always be there. Pray with faith, not fear. Fear-based prayers sound like, "Lord, don't let this happen," while faith-based prayers declare, "Lord, I trust you no matter what happens." Shift your prayers from desperation to confidence. Speak life over your situation, not death. Declare God's promises over your struggles. When you pray with faith, you are not begging God, you are standing on His word. Finally, end your prayer with gratitude. Thank God not just for what He has done, but for what He is about to do. Gratitude is a powerful form of faith because it acknowledges God's hand at work even before you see the results. It keeps your heart aligned with His will and prevents you from slipping into doubt. When you thank Him in advance, you are declaring that His plan is already unfolding, even if it is not yet visible. These early morning prayers are not just rituals, they are spiritual battles fought in silence. They set the tone for your day, align your heart with God's will, and strengthen your spirit for what lies ahead. In this sacred time, you are not just speaking to God, you are allowing Him to shape you, guide you, and prepare you for the journey ahead.